Hey everyone, I would like to express my special thanks of gratitude to my teacher, Mrs. Manoma ma'am, who gave the golden opportunity to do this wonderful project of business studies on banking, who also helped me in completing my project. I came to know about so many things. I'm really thankful to them. Secondly, I would like to thank my friends who helped a lot in finalizing this project within the limited time frame. Now, I'm going to speak over my topic, what is banking and types of bank account. Banking is an industry that handles cash, credit and other financial transactions. Banks provide a safe place to store cash and credit. They offer savings account, certificates of deposit and checking accounts. Banks use these deposits to make loans. These loans include home mortgages, business loans and car loans. Now let's move on to our another topic, which is types of deposit account, which are as follows: savings account, fixed deposit account, current account, recurring deposit account and multi-deposit account. Savings account. A saving account is a basic type of bank account that allows you to deposit money, keep it safe and withdraw funds while earning interest. The aim of a saving account is to mobilize savings of the public. A person can open this account by depositing a small sum of money. He can withdraw money from his account and make additional deposits at will. Fixed deposit account. Money is deposited in the account for a fixed period is called fixed deposit account. After expiry of specified period, person can claim his money from the bank. The longer the period of deposit, the higher will be the rate of interest on the deposit. Current account. Current bank account is opened by businessmen who have a higher number of regular transactions with the bank. The account holder can deposit and withdraw money whenever he desired. As a deposit is repayable on demand, it is also known as demand deposit. Recurring deposit. The aim of recurring deposit is to increase regular savings by the people. A depositor can deposit a fixed amount, say ₹100, every month for a fixed period. The amount together with the interest is repaid on maturity. Multi-deposit account. It is a type of saving bank account in which deposit in excess of a particular limit gets automatically transferred into fixed deposit. On the other hand, in case adequate fund is not available in our saving bank account, so as to honor a check that we have issued, the required amount gets automatically transferred from fixed deposit to the saving bank account. Therefore, the account holder has twin benefits from this account. He can earn more interest as well as it lowers the dishonoring a check. Now, I request my friend Krishna to speak over the topic types of banks. Thank you.
Types of banks: commercial banks, central banks, specialized banks, and cooperative banks. Commercial banks. These are the banks governed by Indian Bank Regulation Act 1929, and according to it, banking means accepting deposits of money from the public or for the purpose of lending or investment. Examples: HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, etc. Cooperative banks. These are the banks governed by the provisions of State Cooperative Society Act and meant specially for providing cheap credit to their members. It is an important source of rural credit. Specialized banks. These banks are foreign exchange banks, export-import banks, catering to specific needs of these unique activities. These banks provide financial aid to industries, heavy turnkey projects, and foreign exchange. Central banks. The central bank of any country supervises, controls, and regulates the activity of all the commercial banks of that country. It also acts as a government banker. It controls and coordinates currency and credit policies of any country. The Reserve Bank of India is the central bank of a country.
Thank you, Krishna. Now I request Vinayak to speak on the topic functions of bank.
Functions of commercial banks. First, acceptance of deposits. Deposits are the basis of the loan operations since banks are both borrowers and lenders of money. As borrowers, they pay interest, and as lenders, they grant loan and interest. Deposits are taken through savings account, current account, and fixed deposit account. Savings account are the encouraging savings by individuals. Banks pay rates of interest decided by RBI. Current account deposits can be withdrawn to the extent of balance at any time without any prior notice. Fixed deposit accounts means are the account which charges higher rate of interest than savings account. A premature withdrawal is permissible with a percentage of interest being forfeited. Second, lending of funds. Second major activity of commercial banks is to give loans to the people through the deposits which are taken from the public. They charge high rate of interest on loans and low rate of interest on deposits. Difference in the interest rate is the main source of their income. Third, check facility. Bank provide very important service to the customers by collecting their check drawn on other bank. The check is the most developed credit instrument, a unique feature and functions of bank for the withdrawal of the deposits. Bearer checks which are encashable immediately at bank counters. Cross check which are to be deposited only in pays account. Fourth, remittance of fund. Another salient function of commercial bank is providing the facility of fund and transfer from one place to another place through interconnectivity of branches. This process is carried by draft, pay orders or mail transfers. Fifth, aid and services. In addition to above services, banks also provide other services such as bill payments, locker facilities, underwriting services and other services like selling and buying of shares and debentures on instructions and other personal services such as payment of insurance premium, collection of dividend, etc.
Thank you, Vinayak. Now I request Tushar to speak on modern banking system.
Hello everyone, I am Tushar Kapoor and I am going to tell you about modern banking system. First of all, a question arises. What is modern banking? Modern banking is a term basically used for e-banking, suggesting that there is no longer need to follow old traditional ways. It uses the latest techno ways like ATM, credit card, debit card, etc. It was introduced in India during British era in the first half of 19th century. Now we move on to our next page. In this presentation, I am going to tell you about evolution of modern banking system, modes of modern banking and how it was useful in the time of COVID-19 pandemic. So let's begin with our first topic. Evolution of modern banking system. The roots of modern banking can be traced in some way back to 1960 when Charles Stanford joined Bankers Trust. He rose up the ranks to become chairman and chief executive in late 1980s. Times are changing and today's digital world is having widespread effect on an array of consumer behaviors, including how we handle our finances. According to Nielsen data from a custom study conducted in 2016 states that vast majority of US consumers, that is 82%, have entered the digital arena, stating that they banked online at least once in last 30 days. In present time, mobile banking is more preferred over banking via tablets or other devices. So bottom line for financial institution is that staying abreast of consumer banking preference will help maintain loyalty, engage new customers and serve consumer wherever they want bank. Let's move to our second topic. Modes of modern banking. In this I am going to tell you about three modes of modern banking. First, automated teller machine, that is ATM. This is an electronic device which helps the consumer to withdraw, deposit money and transfer funds, etc. It provides 24/7 and 365 days a year service. Second, debit card or credit card. A debit card is a plastic payment card that can be used instead of cash when making purchases. In credit card, the customer can perform the transactions up to predefined limit and pay them to the bank before a specified date. Third, mobile banking. Mobile banking is a service provided by banks or other financial institutions that allow their users to do financial transactions using mobile like smartphone or tablet. Let's move on to our last topic. How it was useful in the time of pandemic. During this time of pandemic, many banks have taken the opportunity to send out positive message and to remind their users of the benefits of online banking. The benefits include the ease of carrying out any transaction 24/7 and enjoying permanent access to all financial information in real time. Some banks have also tried to promote online banking by sharing tutorials and expanding the types of transactions. customers can carry out remotely. However, it is clear that people still require banking services and even minimal in-branch services because not all users will immediately move to digital channel. For example, elderly customers who are among the most vulnerable to COVID-19 are least likely to increase their use online banking. Data on the use of online banking services by age range in Europe shows that among users between 55 and 64 years of age, only 48% use online banking. That is even less than half. And among those aged between 65 and 74, the figures are even lower at 33%. Now we are moving towards the end of our presentation. At last, I would like to say that let's use technology to move forward.
Thank you, Tushar. Now I request Akshay to speak on advantages and disadvantages of e-banking.
Hello everyone. Today I Akshay Gulati wants to tell you about advantages and disadvantages of e-banking. Advantages of e-banking. Benefits for banks. Benefits for small to medium business. Benefits for customers. Let's talk about benefits for banks. Larger customer coverage, reducing the cost of operations, promoting their services and products internationally, increasing the customer satisfaction and providing a personalized relationship with customers for small to medium businesses to run its operation more effectively, lower cost than in traditional financial management mechanisms, benefits for customers. Online banking is available for you 24 hours a day and even 7 days a week. Cost, reducing transfer fees. Speed, faster circulation of assets. Competitiveness, fostering competition in financial markets. So let's talk about disadvantages on e-banking. A need for customer skill to deal with computers and browsers. Example, elderly housewives. Those are inconvenient. Site change, it will make the customer have some confusion or delay. Security risk, increasing number of fraudulent bank websites, fake email purporting to be sent from bank, use of Trojan horse program to capture user IDs and passwords, fake emails, emails sent from fraudulent banks, verify the personal information, guide customer, enter the fraud link, disclosing their ATM card number and their password. Fraudulent bank website, a suspicious bank website, www.onlineb.com. Original bank website, www.hkb.com. The website was believed to aim to trick persons into disclosing their sensitive personal information. Viruses and bomb Trojan horse program. When we open some suspicious website or email, Trojan horse program will install our computer secretly, hidden in the computer. When you access bank website, capture the account and the password.
Thank you everyone for staying till here. I hope you liked our efforts to make this video. Once again, thank you so much.